Hey guys, Jess here from Knockout Print Shop, and today I have for you my 2020 planner lineup. These are all the planners, minus one that I have to go outside to go grab out of my car, that I will probably be using in 2020. Okay, so I wasn't originally going to do this video. I know a lot of planner people are doing this like planner lineup for the new year, and I was like, well, why would I do this? I'm only going to be using one planner. But that's not true. I'm probably going to be using a few, or at least testing them out and circulating them through the year. Now, I don't think everybody needs a million planners. I don't think you need even honestly more than one planner unless that just kind of works for you. I think the average person can do great with having one planner, but I will explain to you my situation. So obviously we sell stickers, so I need to have planners, not only for my own use, but to showcase our products. This was typically easier for me to have only one planner because we were making stickers almost primarily for the Inkwell Press planner. We do make some for Passion Planner, and I dabbled in that planner for a little bit last year, but it wasn't really great for me because my lifestyle's not really time-based, but we do make stickers for that, so I would do some kind of reverse planning in it, again, to showcase our products. This year, we are making stickers not only for Inkwell Press, but for the new Makse Life planner, which has now made it so that I need to be using more planners, again, to showcase our products. So sometimes people will ask me, do you really use all of the planners that you show in your Instagram pictures? And yes and no. So I don't want to give the impression that I'm somebody that's like, using this planner for this and this planner for this, and I'm using like I have all these planners going on, because it just doesn't feel productive to me. Right now, this is January 9th, I think, I don't know. I literally spent this week planning in my Makse Life planner and in my Inkwell Press planner at the same time. Not even kidding you, keyboard in front of me, one planner on the left, one planner on the right, and I was writing down the same thing in both. And the reason I was doing that is, again, because we sell stickers for both of those planners, and I wanted to be using them both in tandem so that as I'm connecting with people on social media throughout the week and sharing posts, that I could share posts from both planners, because obviously a lot of our customers, you guys, are using Inkwell Press and a lot of you are using Makse Life. So I wanted to kind of give you a glimpse into how I would use both. This is not a good plan. It does not work. It drives me crazy, and it feels ridiculously redundant and ineffective. So I can't, in my situation, being a planner sticker shop that sells stickers for various planners, I can't just use one planner. So this is what prompted me to go, maybe I should do this lineup video, explain my situation, and show you what I think I'm going to be doing and why I'm going to be doing it. Because I did have a conversation with one of you guys last night on Instagram, and we were talking about, she was like, do you really use both planners? And I was explaining this whole situation to her, and I'm like, okay, I want to be a little more transparent about that, because I want to show people that I'm not effectively planning in more than one planner, at least a weekly planner at the same time. Okay, hope that makes sense. So let me explain and kind of go through what I think my planner situation is going to be for 2020. So let's start with Makse Life. So I am a Makse Life affiliate. Sierra, who is the owner, is awesome. And this planner came out just this year. You guys know I have a bunch of videos on it. And I think it's a great transition for those of you that were in an Inkwell Press and you aren't interested in that planner anymore and you want something very similar. So she was kind enough to send me her planners this year. I got both the vertical and the horizontal. I tend to be a vertical planner, so this for me is the vertical one, and I wanted to obviously start using it and see what I thought of it. So I'm in week 2, and I do like it. I love the quality of it. I love the paper, and it's great for listing for my style. I will do, again, some overhead shots so you guys can see my first 2 spreads in it. It is a little bit harder to switch planners than I thought. I thought this would be a seamless transition for me, and I'm actually trying to still find my groove with using a new planner, even though the layouts are very similar. So you can see I'm using a lot of lists and things like that. But so this is kind of like one of my go-to planners. Now, I think I could definitely use this planner all year long. Again, I like listing, so this really works for me. This will be basically one of my catch-all planners. So for me, when it comes to planning, I basically do all of my planning in one planner, meaning all my work to-dos, all my personal to-dos, all my work and personal appointments, all of that lives in one planner. Now, if you see images posted on our Instagram, just know that sometimes I'm planning, I guess like mock planning in certain planners so that again, I can showcase our products. And I try to do that in a way that's as authentic as possible so it seems real life, or at least try to imagine maybe one of you guys and what your lifestyles are like and try to plan based on that so I can showcase different ideas. But if you see Makse Life spreads on my Instagram, most likely they will be legitimate spreads from my real life planning, because I think that's probably the most beneficial thing to show is like real planning in action. So the Makse Life vertical will probably be one of my go-tos. And I say one because I'm also gonna use my Inkwell Press disc. These are not the Inkwell Press discs. I haven't changed them out to my good ones yet. But okay, so I've spent the first, like I said, 2 weeks in both of these. So again, similar layouts, they're very similar. This is just the Inkwell and doing a lot of the same things. So what I think I'm gonna do, because I don't like necessarily planning on the go in both, is I think next week I'm gonna pick one, either Inkwell or Makse, and I'm gonna use that as my day-to-day on-the-go planner. Then at some point during the week, when I have some downtime, I'm gonna go and kind of reverse plan in the other one to basically reflect the same thing I did in one in the other to show the difference and see how I would do it in different planners. So one will be the actual planner that week and the other one will be like the retrospective planner. I really can't imagine a way to do it any other way and still be able to showcase our products and my process using two planners that we design stickers for. So I don't think the average person would benefit at all from this situation. So these are my regular weekly planners, and going forward, I will only use one as my day-to-day, like this is what's happening, these are where my lists are living thing, and the other one will be reverse planning. So that's my main planner. And typically year over year, I've used like one planner, that was it. Now, what usually happens at some point in the year, most likely quarter 2 and 3, so like the summer, our business dramatically slows down and I don't find that I need a bigger weekly planner. I find that it becomes too much, it doesn't serve me, I don't have that much going on. So a lot of times I do what's called like planning light, where I really rely on like to-do list inserts, and I don't need that much space. So there is a good chance come the summer that I will still use like my disc planner, but I won't be using my weekly spreads as much. So we'll see. I'll have to update you come that time of year and see where I'm at. So there is a possibility that I will go to a reduced planning style, but I'll still be doing planning spreads in both the Makse and the Inkwell Press so that again, I can showcase our products and give you guys ideas. Okay, now, just the other day, I decided I was going to use my A5 plum paper and try using it as a menu planner. So I don't really menu plan in my weekly planner. I don't like doing that. I don't like having, my weekly planner sits on my desk. So I don't really like to have my menu planner in our office, even though it's like 10 feet away. I like to have like a menu calendar planner near our kitchen. So we have this little desk right here behind me and we keep a planner there. Last year I used the spiral bound Inkwell Press that was sold on Amazon, so the lower quality one, and just kind of used the weekly spreads to write down our meals. And that worked well, and we just had it sitting here. It would remind us what to take out of the freezer, it would remind us if we had to prep things, all of that. So I had this plum paper sitting around because I had purchased it to do a review and thought I would maybe use it, but again, I don't need this many planners. So I was like, I hate these things sitting in my office and just going to waste. Well, how can I use this? I was like, well, we need to get back to having our menu planner, calendar, whatever you want to call it. Now this is sitting here, let's use this. So basically, what I have done, and again, I will show you guys this overhead, but I am just writing lunches and dinners. So we plan lunches and dinners every day of the week, including the days that we go out on a weekly basis. I don't really plan breakfast as much anymore because we have the same thing every single day, but I do plan all of our lunches and dinners. And then what I've been doing, and this is this kind of like weekly spread where it's like a, what do you call it? Like a horizontal on one page with like this checklist. So what I've tried this week was I put down our lunch and dinner on one side, and then any notes on the other side, like to start like the crock pot in the morning, or to take something out of the freezer, or to marinate the chicken, to make sour cream, different things I needed to note that would apply to meals coming up down the road. So, and then on this side, I tried making a grocery list. We'll see how this goes, if this is gonna work. It's the beginning of January. If this works, I will let you know in a couple months how it's going, and see if I find this productive. So this is, to me, when I think of like my planner lineup, this is, I guess it is, it's like it's a planner I'm using, but it's not something that feels super well thought out. It's like write down stuff, don't forget things. This is like the bare bones basic way of using a planner. So we'll see. So this is a Plum Planner, A5 size. I don't know what they call it, like the horizontal on one page with list or something like that. And I ordered this unbound, and then we disc punched it, and I put some discs in it from like, I don't know, Staples or something like that. So we'll see how that works. I don't need my meal planner in my weekly planner. So that's something that I do feel for Matt and I works better when it's separate, because he does a lot of the cooking. He doesn't want to go look in my weekly planner to figure out when dinner is. This is easier as like a family thing out in our apartment. Okay. The second to last planner-ish thing I'm going to be using is the content planner. So I've started to dive into this, and I think this planner is super cool. And I love the concept. I love the creator of this planner. Her name is Kat. And I have an unboxing I still need to share with you guys. I'm still not in a groove with it. So again, I'm not used to using multiple planners, like different planners for different areas of life other than the meal planning thing. So it's hard for me to remember to go, okay, I need to look in this planner for content. What I used to do in my monthly view of my regular weekly planner was use like month labels and like put the content in there as far as like when newsletters go out, different videos, things like that. So now I have a whole little planner based on content. So I'm just not in a routine of using this yet. I am checking it on a weekly basis and trying to plan things out a little better. But again, I haven't figured out the ideal process for me. I do like having my content planning in a separate planner, because this can be very like messy and take up a lot of space. So I have like a ton of sticky notes and writing posts for different social media platforms. It really gives you a space to be able to do a lot of things that would end up making my weekly planner look cluttered. But I need to figure out a better way to work with have my weeklies work with this, because once I close this, and even though it's sitting over on my desk, I don't necessarily reach for it. I'm used to being able to see these things in my weekly. So I'll figure out how to make this all work together, but I think I will probably continue experimenting with this and enjoy using this planner. But this is super, like, again, might not be useful to all you guys unless you're doing some kind of content planning or you're a business owner or something like that. So there's that. The last one that I need to go downstairs and get, and again, I will show you guys here, is that I don't really call it a planner, I call it my training log, and it is just a beat up 3-ring binder with years and years of my strength training programs in them. I do not put my fitness stuff into my weekly planner. It just wouldn't work, and you'll see here as I'm showing you. I have programs that I do. I change my program every month. I track all my reps and my weight. I do a 3-day-a-week program, and it all lives in my training log. It's in our car, and we bring that to the gym, make our notes in our training log, put it back in the car. I never look at that thing other than those times, or if I'll bring it up when I'm writing my next program to kind of review how that month went and what I want to do the next month. So I don't keep fitness stuff in my regular planner other than using our little kettlebell icon and just noting my workouts, which is kind of useless because I still have worked out Monday, Wednesday, Friday every week of my life forever. So I don't really need to do that. I just like to do it for consistency and I like the way it looks. Okay, so that is basically my planner lineup for 2020. We have my experimental menu planner, my A5 plum paper. We have these are all experimental, my experimental content planner, and that's gonna fall. We're not doing that, that's gonna end up bad. Okay, then we have my figuring out which of these I will use in any given week. So my active planner will be one of these, Makse or Inkwell Press, both vertical, on any given week. I did start for the first couple days of the year, like week and a half. I was using my Makse Life horizontal to kind of do a little business journaling, like noting things we got done that day, noting any, how long hours we worked. And I thought that was going to be a useful tool, but it's just not something, I don't need to be doing that. It's not really useful. I'll talk more about that later. So I don't think I'm going to be using any other planners than these on a regular basis until, again, the season changes and I'm in the trend of our, we get to the slow part of the year and I might slim down my weekly process. So that is it for my 2020 planner lineup. Let me know what planner you guys are using. If you use multiple planners, let me know. And do you have any questions about any of these planners? Also, let me know that below. I will post my unboxing and review of the content planner here probably right after this video so you can see that. And that is all. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one.